Did you know that foreigners living in Portugal have the same rights as Portuguese citizens, including those referring to education? And that also means that education is free for you as well? If you are wondering what it's like to register your kid at school for the first time, then walk with me. First things first, to register your child, you have to go directly to the nearest school to your residence. If you don't know where to find your educational institutions, you can always consult your municipality or parish to get more information.
You may ask what documents you need to prepare in advance. Well, these are required. First of all, you need the declaration of permanent residence to confirm the residence of the student. The alternative can be the declaration of local parish council. Then, passport photo, passport and/or birth certificate. Finally, you need a certificate from the embassy of your country of origin that mentions your child's level of education, simply to make school equivalencies. But do note that children in Portugal start their education from the first cycle.
But what is that cycle though? If you are not yet familiar with the structure of the educational system here, hear me out.
So, how is the education system organized in Portugal? It is divided into different levels and it starts in preschool education with an optional attendance cycle from 3 to 6 years old, and then continues with basic education, which comprises 3 sequential cycles. The first cycle of 4 years, with an expected age of attendance from 6 to 10 years old. The second cycle of 2 years, with an expected age of attendance from 10 years to 12 years old. And a third cycle with a duration of 3 years, with an expected age of attendance from 12 years to 15 years of age. This is followed by secondary education, which corresponds to a cycle of 3 years, with an expected age of attendance from 15 to 18 years of age, and which includes 5 types of courses: scientific humanistic courses, professional courses, specialized art courses, courses with own plans, this means scientific technological courses, for example, and youth education and training courses. Then, higher education is structured according to the principles of Bologna and is aimed at students who have successfully completed secondary education or who have a legally equivalent qualification. We also have degree programs, master's programs, and PhD programs.
But wait, what about the language barriers? Good news is, there is the telephone translation service, free of charge. You only pay for the phone call through the Migrant Support Line. You can find the phone number here or in the description down below. There are 69 different languages and dialects available.
Also, do you know that there are support services available in Portugal for migrant children and young people, such as Mentors for Migrants program, in which you can have individualized support from a volunteer from the host society for specific needs, or Portuguese online course that is free, online and with no age limit, or the Portuguese language learning courses for adults, which are free face-to-face courses aimed at young people, aged 15 and up, and adults, for example, parents.
But there are many more suitable support services available. For example, there is the Choices program, a local social inclusion project for children and young people living in vulnerable socioeconomic contexts, often working in partnerships with schools. So, how do you feel about all of this? Have all your doubts been clarified? I hope we have answered all your questions, but you can always access more information in the description down below. I hope that you enjoyed the best that Portugal has to offer, and welcome.
Portugal is a country located on the Iberian Peninsula in southwestern Europe. It is the westernmost sovereign state in mainland Europe, being bordered to the west and south by the Atlantic Ocean and to the north and east by Spain. Its capital is Lisbon, known for its unique light and for being the birthplace of fado, a typically Portuguese musical genre. Portugal is the oldest nation-state on the Iberian Peninsula and one of the oldest in Europe, its territory having been continuously settled, invaded, and fought over since prehistoric times. Its position next to the Atlantic Ocean determined its vocation, allowing the great adventure of the discoveries in the 15th century to change the world forever. It was the first country to discover the Atlantic route to India, Brazil, and China, at the same time as it put down roots on the coasts of Western and Eastern Africa. Portugal has definitely left a profound cultural, architectural, and linguistic influence across the globe, with a legacy of around 250 million Portuguese speakers. Actually, Portuguese is the sixth most widely spoken language in the world right now. It is a developed country with an advanced economy and high living standards. A member of the United Nations, the European Union, the Schengen area, and the Council of Europe, Portugal was also one of the founding members of NATO, the Eurozone, the OECD, and the Community of Portuguese language countries. Portugal is a box of surprises and one of Europe's best kept secrets. Did you know that the oldest bookshop in the world still in operation is located in Lisbon? Or that more than half the world's cork is produced in Portugal? Or that we are so crazy about codfish that we have around 365 recipes using this fish? We invite you to discover all of this for yourself, and we promise you to welcome you with open arms, something also very typical of Portuguese culture.